The whole idea about your environment must be represented in the music, in the arts. So any artist.
Alright, let's not waste time. There's no time to waste time. So tonight I'm going to be talking about Olamide, and let me make this very quickly that I have to make this ahead for people to know. I'm talking about Olamide tonight because it's just a case study. Because I'm a very big fan of Olamide. But this is not to say this is just about Olamide. This is also about every other artist out there. We have to start sounding note of cautions to all of these people. Well, I'm going to talk about how I became a very big fan of Olamide. Proud to Olamide, there had been Fela, there had been Two Face. I love Fela for the same reason a lot of people like him, because Fela will talk about Nigerian government, what to make humanity better, a lot of people and the rest of them. Um, you know, and then after then you talk about Two Face. Two Face, for some reasons, you will come up with something like, you know, they are doing all of these things because of money, but the thing say the money will give them the power, but the power is nothing if your people cannot get quality education. I love a lot for all of those, and then away from that you hear where he begins to talk about, oh, just the other day I saw on CNN with the killing of each other by two friends I cannot comprehend, and all of that. If you go away from Two Face, I like Sound Sultan. Sound Sultan because you also know just and tell us about how somehow one day, you know, that one day bushmeat go catch the hunter, one day bushmeat go catch the hunter, all of those things, you know, they are lyrics that talk to your situation, that makes you realize, yes, this is what we are actually talking about. They reflect the street aspirations, and then away from that, you also remember you began to give nudge to our brothers abroad, like Ajodabile, no matter what you where you go, make you not forget every year. Oh. And then after Sound Sultan, I like Asha. Asha's lyrics also, sometimes somehow they intrigue me and all of that. If you move away from that, then you begin to come home to people like Nice. I love Nice, die. Especially for the way he blended Yoruba in that street credibility with Two Face. Then, if you remember street credibility era, I love Nice, and then finally I love Olamide. How did I come to like Olamide? I'll make it clear to you. Number one, Olamide's lyrics, they reflect street aspirations, aspirations of people in the streets. Number two, Olamide came into the industry with this dynamic energy that consolidates the message and the lyrics with local language. Some of you understand this. The number three is that lyrics with local language. Well, without wasting time, I'll broach it. Let me quickly also review that I've met Olamide a few occasions, especially at backstage celebration, and that's Olamide. You can see him there. Yeah, you can see Olamide there. I've met him. Alright. Not only Olamide, I've also met a few other artists such as Two Face. I've met Davido backstage. I've met a couple of Sound Sultan. I've met Two Face. I've met quite a number of them, but that's not the point. It's natural. A lot of people can meet a lot of artists, but that's not the point. But the reason I can upload some photos of people I've met is because of, prior to meeting them, what I understand about them and how much I had loved them. W- You know, do you understand what I'm talking about? Now, let me explain something about Olamide. When Olamide first came out, that Eliduro track actually was a hit, and that Eliduro track made me feel like, wow, this guy actually reflects the street aspiration, the kind of the kind of vibe, all of us who are in the street actually want to portray our story. Olamide shares this story that makes you reflect your own kind of story too. If you remember that Omanifo share that he remixed and did into rap, you remember that one uh, mommy wa tori mommy wa lowo tori daddy wa lowo, and then uh, mommy tashu ati bata ẹ fún paro, daddy tashu ati bata ẹ fún paro to put food on the table, come and go capable, salary that was stable every day, call my vegetable. All of those things. I don't want to think too much of it, but I've been following Olamide so much, that not everybody will understand me and where the drift is, but just keep following, you get it. All right. Now, I think at this point I should also quickly review before I move more that one of Olamide is currently following me on Instagram, and this is the reason he followed me. There was one of his uh, fast raps that I did. Zero Joy is the title, and that day I was just driving and just singing. He saw it after I uploaded it, and he started following me, and he messaged me on Instagram also. We had a little chat afterwards, but not that. But I can tell you that this is the Olamide that me I love.
I'm a god in my villa, fuck you, if you're a rapper and you can't put it proud in my city, in my hood, cause I've been there with daddy. I be killing shit, how to shut it down, and your people love me like I'm from your hometown. You know what it's gonna be, man, you're kidding, but you hardcore rap, that shit, you crap. So you move over, you ready somebody, and so you wear junk, I know that bullshit. Everybody go with the body finishing, I just started more fashion, then you go grab more party. Go ballet, you know, you must my sign, but let's still let the buy, you must my flying. I tell you, make up for myself, to the Malay, also come on, I'm a deal, lots of like if I got go, yeah, I'm a bunny, a jam, well, on a big family house, see, and then I can shot that him out. And I lost a conny me, my family, one rapper, yeah, come up, coming back, wish I got the battle, but if I laugh at me, put it very lucky, the before my big small two pack, I've been to place.
So that was what Olamide saw and decided, wow, what a big fan. Yes, that is how much I have loved Olamide, that I follow him so much. I love his raps, the way he incorporates local language into raps, and then reflects the local story and all of that. I love it so much. I cannot dilute it. I love it. All right, but then what happened? Why am I doing what I'm doing tonight? You know, um, still talking about how Olamide reflects our story. I want to let you quickly remember that in Eniduro, he reflected our story. Voice of the Street, it was becoming a rallying point at that moment. If you watch it very well, Olamide was almost already becoming voice of everybody in the streets, because he carried the aspiration of the streets, you know. And then he reflected how many of us did not really have what's what the corporate world would want from us, but how we could revolutionarily drive our aspiration through. Me alone be Wizkid for the voice anything, but anyway, I think really about fuck anything. Monetarize the industry, I know say I be tried. Nigga can come me, so they praying for my death. Put me long she you see for my head, AK-47 Koba. All of those things. I know he mixes some things too that you'll be like, Obama fiancé now. But largely, he carried our aspirations through. And then he began to collaborate with other people in the streets that made him ingrain himself properly in the streets. Example of that song, Local Rapper, that he did with Reminisce and others. And I also remember even in that Voice of the Streets, Reminisce alpha yala ya wasa negative energy only my power be cancer when me risk do you know I never scare a mini young you can remember I'ma keep doing my thing, boom, you can get it once in my downfall, but anyways, all of those ones aside, I'm driving somewhere and I hope you follow me. Suddenly something happened. Something happened. What happened? My observation is that the moment after the letter to Millie, his son Miliano, he did letter to Miliano. Immediately after that, things began to really drift in another angle. Olamide started getting another tangent altogether that changed the whole bullshit completely. I beg your pardon if I said bullshit there. Alright? Guess what happened? Olamide started doing the following things. Number one, anything that brings money. Then you start hearing lyrics like, if it's not making money, it's not making sense. Hope see the get money, I hope see the get money. Listen to lyrics after the start listening to. Even if you look into Omode Metan Shere, the moment he came in, it was bad Bado baddest. First the bad guy was the bad, he was the Bado, Davido was the baddest. The moment he came in, after he said, I'm the type of thing any lady tries to stop me before I end the coffin, Shemo Joy Emini, Timothy, anytime for love. By the time he finished with those ones, he then came into trying to expose the real self. And then you start hearing something like, money is all I know, money is all I know. If you ain't talking about the money, I'm sorry, your volume is somehow low. Anything money. And I also remember at one point he said, a legendary Ozla, only no below why me legendary Ozla, but when I'm go me, Nigoro wants to me, like they even know me, like my me or room Macoyin be or clip flows, Nigamus or and they also go up with no me on Niro, Walata will look for one year, one Niro, Kakakila, Shanu, Motoya Masha, like, and so on and so forth. Legendary Ozla. Then he started what Yoruba call Alagbe. He moved from Fashola to Ambode. Now there's Sanwo-Olu, and now I'm aware that he has already started doing romance with Uncle Dapo, the new governor-elect in Ogun State. Let's start with Fashola. He started trying to do some things with Fashola, trying to appraise the name of Fashola. Some of you remember ìjọba mi ò fowó ṣe bí ìjọba Fáṣọlá, èmi ò ráyè ṣe tó bá mú mi take a personal. And then they say I too like woman, I'm dope, I'm straight, me I know the woman. 14 years if Fáṣọlá catch you go think say na trailer about you. Gradually Fáṣọlá left, he moved on to somebody, and it is famous, that's popular one with Fino. Since your father died na you don't adopt Nyamo. You understand? Olamide turned to Alagbe. I'm doing all of these things not to be a moral police, Mr. Olamide. I know you must somehow be listening, or somebody close to you is watching. All the fans of Olamide, let us gather here. Our brother is derailing. You know why I'm doing this? I'm not trying to be a moral guide or police for Olamide. I'm just trying to call his attention to, bro, observe this thing. I'm still going somewhere. This is not where I'm going. These are just the build up to it. Alright? Olamide, please evaluate yourself. I'm not going to take a decision for you. If you think you're on the right path, continue. God will see you through. I love you sincerely. But if you think after self-evaluation, you think you need to caution yourself, please bro, check it. You know why I'm doing this? We don't remember Fela today because of how many Benz, or how many logo Benz, or how many things, or how many houses, or how much money he had before he died or after he died. No. Fela was not the richest in his time. He was not. Do you get it? Fela was not the richest. Do you understand what I'm saying? Fela was not the richest, but we remember Fela more than any other person in the history of Nigeria as we speak, after Awolowo, Nnamdi Azikiwe and co. It is not the amount of money you die with that we will remember. It is about, number one, being a phenomenon that you already are. Number two, the amount of impact you make. Number three, what legacy you leave. It is that legacy that becomes your immortality, and you don't die again. Olamide, you already are a phenomenon, and I remember in that one you did with Reminisce, also loyalty, respect, and I respect you. that also loyalty, respect. I remember only Kama beef, beef is part of hip hop. Kama calling Yoruba around liar, bitter, yawulawo. You know, you understand, and I respect the fact that you know that you also have phenomenal flows, bowling beating machine gun. I want JJC, one bitter timber. Do you understand it? I love it. But the reality is, if you think it is all about money, money is all I know, money is all I know. If you ain't talking about the money, I'm sorry, your volume is somehow low. Bro, le kowo ilo sorun. Nobody, even if they bury you with the money, where do you spend it in the grave? It's not about this money. You're already a phenomenon. And guess what? You have short time. You can see now, they're not talking about other new artists, Tenny and co. Nobody's talking about you anymore. One of the biggest, I don't know how many houses Fela had when he died. Sorry, he didn't die. That's the fortunate thing about it. You don't die if you leave legacies. Fela didn't die. But you know what? I don't know how many houses he had as of the time he was departing the earthly to the ancestral. Alright? But do you know what? We don't remember those houses as much as we remember the shrine and the Calcutta Republic, whatever name you call it. Because that is the one that symbolized his identity with the people, the streets, the movement of the people. Olamide is not about how many houses you have in the UK or US. No. It's about, see, all of us are transient. But the reality is, what makes you last longer is the message you leave, the legacy you leave, which in turn determine your what? Immortalization. Oh, Nikumo. So that even if the body is gone, your messages are still there. After Fela, we are still longing for who replaces him, and thank God for Fowls, the bad guy. But Olamide, you started it before Fowls. Kilo wa shele, that's my issue. And I want to go back to you. Now, Olamide, something happened again. Olamide, number 2 there, you started promoting rape. And I remember Dogoyaro. Monkey tail. Moti mu dongoyaro, dongoyaro, dongoyaro. Monkey tail. Bamigbe claro, claro. And this is where you promote rape. At that point, I was angry. But you know what? I forgave you. Why did I forgive Olamide at some point? I was like, mistakes happen. It was just a one-off mistake. Mi o mo Olamide first te batikini yeni. I want to do she know today. She says she wants to faint too. She say it's getting late too. Story for the gods, as in you are dismissing her excuses. She does not want, but you are saying because I don't drink monkey tea, man te pass ma passi belini. It's a promotion of rape. Although I know that in interviews Olamide will come out to say no, I'm trying to discourage it. But those lyrics did not sound like you are discouraging. It's subtle approval of those immoralities. You were approving them stylishly. We know. Sheko wale kodro soke ilẹ̀kùn bá ṣí aṣọ́mú náà fi wá lálẹ́ yìí sálámọ̀ sáré ṣàlùwàlà sálámọ̀ ló bá ń dùn ẹ́ kó fara mọ́ because lálẹ́ yìí má kanra mọ́. Do you understand what those things are saying? I follow Olamide. I know his lyrics back to back. Olamide now left all those things that were gingering this. Olamide almost became the rallying point for the streets, but for money's sake or other sake. I'm not criticizing. I'm not saying you should not like money or like it to do whatever you like. Shagbe, bushe, collect money, but wo, it's a short time. Where is that green of blessed memory? It's a short time. Leave legacy now. Build legacy more than looking for money. What you try? You don't try. You have tried. You have built a record label. You are already signing artists. It's not about money again. Let your artists raise them. Let them be the ones doing all these things. You guide them, coach them. Leave your own legacy now. Because it's time. Olamide, no time. Correct these things. Start correcting them. They are going wrong. Change it. Correct them. And if you are a fan of Wizkid, Davido, and the rest, I like Davido for one thing. I like him. I love him for beats. Mo like bó ṣe máa ń ṣe beat ẹ̀. I love him for that. But when it comes to lyrical content, Olamide gave me what I wanted. Because his lyrics, his local lyrics reflected my aspirations. So I loved it. And I still love, but somehow, I don't know if I still do. Correct these things, Olamide, please. Let me move on. After rape, guess what? Olamide now started promoting drugs. If you have listened to science students, you will understand what I'm talking about. Wọ́n ti pomi gọ́tà pọ̀, kí là ń fà, kí lẹ̀ ń pò. And if he comes out in interview, he will deny them. Say, I'm actually discouraging it. Alaye, we are not fools. Okay. I should have another thing here. If you are actually discouraging it, what is this one? Yeah. You are discouraging it, Abi. We don't see him. Now discouragement to see it. You are not discouraged, bro. We are not fools. We have money. We are following you. As a lover of your brand, of your music, of your style, mi gbọ́dọ̀ rí ẹ kí n má lè sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ fún Olamide. Please, I'm not saying you should not engage in those things to identify with people and blah blah blah. Fine, but there are some things you don't even bring out. And you want to encourage and motivate and be the mentor of younger ones, but you should know that every step you take, they are looking at it. If you say you are discouraging people by those lyrics of science student and co, but we are seeing you are not discouraging it now. We know those. If you want to discourage something, we know how you do it. The sarcasm will be clear. Not that you'll be encouraging it somehow, and in interview you say you are actually discouraging. We know. I'm sure there, Olamide, after promoting drugs and the rest of them, promoting rape, promoting drug, and lastly, Olamide started promoting, guess what? Ritual money. Have you seen logo Benz? Have you heard it? Have you listened to it? Olamide started promoting ritual money. Ibo ló fẹ́ kówó yìí lọ torí Ọlọ́run. Nobody will be remembered for how much money they had. It's transient. Let me tell you something. See, the richest man in the world, the richest man in Africa, the richest man in the world was not the richest some 20 years ago. But in reality, if they put your name as the richest, by the time another person will come and overtake that record and become the richest again, and your own record is gone. Hello, what's your 1 year? Your own record is what? Is gone. But you know how your own record can never go? Jesus is not known by how much money he had in the bank. Jesus was not the richest in his time. The richest in Jesus' time, I don't even know. Maybe Bible recorded it, but we don't remember him as much as we remember Jesus. Olamide, you have tried. You have tried. Jotori Olorun. Start galvanizing the street. You are a voice already, but you are losing it. In case you don't know, I'm offering it for free. Galvanize the street. Let them rally around you and start channeling this thing to See, footballers are becoming presidents in their countries. Comedians are becoming presidents in their countries. Who says a musician cannot be? That letter to Miliano, you may not have to wait for Miliano to be president. You may be. And if you don't eventually in reality become, you may walk the path already for Millie, and he will be so proud of you. Forget money. Recession only affects currency. Anything can affect money. Let me tell you, if you lose your wealth, you lose nothing. No. If you lose your wealth, you lose nothing. If you lose your health, you lose something. But if you lose character, you lose everything. Let me move on because of time. Because of people that are going to be playing it back who are not joining live. I'm going to start displaying live comments shortly now. But let me be true with this. Olamide also acknowledged, because I'm not going to be the first to be saying all of these things. Olamide also acknowledged before that his fans were already writing him. There had been articles in the past telling him to desist from promoting all this bullshit, promoting rape, promoting bad things that is now littering. They have become menace in our society. Olamide acknowledged it by saying, I remember one track he sang, shout out to one of my fans, took up one letter say me, also making chill, but come away be shepamini, Mwazu be male, she knew about no tibajale, Oslani me, to Boturi Moa gifted me Moali, but she showed in London, she showed Yaki, but she showed them, but that's not where I'm going. Where I'm going is that you yourself have acknowledged that your fans who love you have been writing you, and that's why I'm also doing this video. Olamide, go till late, you can still retrace it, do something, please. There's no time. Nobody can boast of tomorrow. You can only be sure about this present moment. You need a legacy. Olamide, time is going. Others are already taking over. Be the godfather of the new face that can continue what Fela did. I'm not saying you have to be Fela, but I'm just saying, just in case something inside of you is saying what I'm telling you, please retrace, do it immediately. And guess what? The logo bends and other things you did recently. Even though, and I put it clearly in the text that you can see on the screen right now, even though I did not want to believe Auntie Kemi Olunloyo, who said that Olamide may have used one of the two parents for ritual, I didn't want to believe her. But when you sang logo bends, you were lending credence to what she said now. And save us that excuse that no, you were trying to discourage. You were not discouraging it. You were stylishly showing it's a sarcastic approval, stylish approval. Time she were, and these things can be corrected. I want to round off soon now. Mr. Olamide, Bado, see, there are 7 billion people in the world. Not all of them have the opportunity first to live above, to survive, to live above pecuniary of Mokoshafe Jeon Kin Lasholorun. You have lived above that already. Out of these same 7 billion people, not everybody has the privilege to write their names and be relevant with time. You have achieved that. But the third most important thing is doing something that lasts beyond you. In Yanoku Olamide, what have you done that will last beyond you? Let's assume tonight is the last night you are breathing. Tomorrow morning you have no opportunity of doing any other thing. What is the legacy that will last after you? All those ones you sang, you know that the reason you were doing back to back was because you know that with the thirst of Nigerians now, with all the distractions and everything, can last within 3-4 days. A new track, Tobati, blow, 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 blow. 1 week, 2 weeks maximum. We have forgotten it. We want to hear a new one. But there can be something that lasts beyond now. And that is what informs what I'm doing to you, bro. Tonight, Tonight, let me tell you, you have to start thinking about what lasts beyond you. Do you understand it? Bamjoshi, I don't believe in some things. I'm not saying you are correct or wrong or right, but hey, Olamide, you are the one I'm speaking with or speaking to right now. Jotori alone. If it is not true that you have spiritually signed something somewhere, ó sì lè ṣe, Olamide, ó sì lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní change what lyrics you sing. Start rallying the society around yourself with your voice. You have that voice already. Bóyá Ọlọ́run ló fún ẹ o, bóyá Èṣù ló fún ẹ ní, mi ò mọ̀. And I don't even want to know. Or whether it is just God-given nature, whether it's just innate. You sang it somewhere, chance to the stage, I follow for me, but that whatever you are using, some people may claim they are the ones that give you blah 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 blah. I don't want to care. But the way you use it is what matters. Communication is 50% what you say and 50% how you say it. Only mastery méjèèjì yìí, but the content you are beginning to do kò fẹ́ jọ. I became worried after Simi came out to say, Yahoo boys, please stay clear. If you think it's about buying my album, stop buying. Please. Simi wants to leave a legacy that surpasses her, and that is the idea about legacy and immortalization. Do you understand what I'm saying? Simi was saying, please, Yahoo boys, if it is about buying my CD, that you want me to legitimize doing wrong thing, I will not legitimize it. Fine and good. I was not a fan of Simi, but I started loving her. We may be minor. I know you say, I remember one track you sang, investor me bow. I'm not your investor, fine. But you don't know how much genuine fans can carry your legacy on. I may not have money to patronize you. And I already saw that you have already started inculcating the same thing into other people like Fino. You know, Fino sang somewhere, he started praising Okezie Ekweazu, other people who are giving him money with his song, and then there was one where he said, show me the money, I'm gonna get it by any means. I hustle every day, my son on every chat, nigga see and work, nigga see and but I'm getting dope money, oh no shaka, oh Nora. It's not about that, bro. It's not about that. Let's talk legacy. Let's talk humanity. Let's talk changing the face of situation. Let's talk doing well for ourselves. Let's talk things that surpass us after we are gone. I don't know how many people see who was the richest man during Jesus' time? Who was the richest man during Ganifa Emi's time? Who was the richest man during Awolowo's time? We don't remember those people now. Olamide. Oh, see, you may not be as rich as Dangote or as Mark Zuckerberg. But do you know what? After Mark Zuckerberg and our generation, your own generation, my own generation, Zuckerberg's generation are gone, they may not remember Zuckerberg again. They may remember Fowls. For the time, the message has time time immortality. Kokinku. Fela's messages are still as golden as the time he set them. And that is the message I have for you tonight, Olamide. I'm not talking about other artists, I'm talking about you, Olamide. You know why? Moti loved you. Okay, somebody said that Hausa was the richest man during all those time. But we don't talk about the Hausa in terms of money. Do you understand it? No one talked today about Idahosa in terms of money. We talk about Idahosa in terms of what impact he achieved with those things. Impact Ilanso Olamide, and that's the point. Impact. Oludare Ishola on YouTube is saying that, talking about MKO. Nobody talks about MKO's wealth today. God bless you. MKO also realized early enough in life that people will not remember him for that money. Then he threw in the heart. Guess what he did? He decided to live, and he gave the supreme price. MKO is not adored today because of the money. He is adored because of that sacrifice. I'm not saying don't go for money. Oh, money is good. Oh, take money. But I'm saying, what do you do with that gift that produces the money? What do you do with that money you even gain after using your talents? Don't give me money. I'm not asking for it. Giving is voluntary. I hope you understand. Giving is voluntary. I'm not saying give me money, Olamide. I'm saying think, evaluate. If you think what you are doing is right, go on. No, I'm just saying my own. But if you think it is worth checking, please do check. Very important. Legacy, legacy, legacy. Mi o ma ni so ju bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, my brother. Few moments, let me see what people are saying. Pontius Pilate was the richest man during Jesus' time. But we don't talk about Pontius Pilate the same way we talk about Jesus Christ today, bro. Sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Pontius. Pontius felt inferior to Jesus. The reason they decided to kill Jesus, despite all the money Pontius Pilate had, he still felt like Jesus is superior. And Jesus was not competing with Pontius as per money. No. Jesus did not compete with Pontius in monetary terms. Jesus was Jesus. That's all. I get you, Bamjoshi. Not every man is called to build a legacy. But you know what? Words of exhortation, guiding principles, nudging ourselves can make somebody decide. See, leadership is not only by nature, it can be nurtured. Not all leaders are born leaders. Some people are trained to be leaders. Some people, it might just be one message that will be the turning point for them, and they will nurture it. And the nurtured ones sometimes are better than the natured ones. I hope you get what I'm saying. That's the point. Alabi Musam, Tom Tom from Dubai, all over the world, people respect Fela. Always say reality about Africa till today. The music is still reality. You get the point. One man. Did you see the Showre interview on Arise? We are talking about how the people who are voices of the streets in their respective rights tonight. We have talked about Showre before, and we'll do in another segment, another episode. Bamjoshi, okay. Alright, so Olamide, please. You are actually a mentor to a lot of people.
See.
And you have to be careful. You have to give them something to live, to really live for. And that's the point. Olamide, I hope you get this message and you reflect. If you feel it's not worth it, dismiss it. But if you feel it's worth it, evaluate it. Think it through and decide. I'm a real fan, and God will bless you. Thank you very much, and see you another time.
I am Minja, I'm scared for the life, so do money, Mori rapper. So what can I think? Coming on the barracks to judge the routine banky. Meaning number one, you know rap, so tell me last thing. Life is a puzzle, but it takes time to make it. Can't start, I want you to rap, so we don't catch it. Change your thoughts, and you will change your real world. Entertainment is life, so let it be your real sport. One influence to your world, fella beat in nylon. I want to stop them, most of the bones, I'll be python. Success is nice, but after some price, so really I think, it's a little that be died. Is there, and you're there, you go lose to one of it. See, I'm a rapper, my boss, my dear conquer. And it's a Samugai, don't claim boom, their butter, I move baby after Sogi, everybody costa. One kid a lay, once I quit 10, it's a Kuroni, the moment it's a damn mortgage me. One kid in here, once I quit speaker, security day, yeah, you better speak out. One kid a lay, once I quit flashlight, one star, one be Afghanistan right. One kid a lay, once I quit jet, me, save it down, play at you, that come and bench me. Let go, see, okay, although I just don't show for the baby law, although I just don't go, and you know, come in young general, Mogo community, that boy, my rapper, 30 freebie, so that's Sado, tell if you wear a more, no got but you take no coming up, I call go, and I fair blow, let go, Lama fair blow, your boy to the world, let's go at any bow, and it's over soccer mini box, and you carryable, did you know, and it's over buffer, so bad big boundary milk, in Safa, and one lime of corn, only more so far, but don't want to kick it to call in last take it, you carry la better carry because you make me party. Timbalo was Timbalo, Mamarati daddy, you make me say, catching your jacket, the twinny, the work, the lady, mighty and Ferry, and mighty, but mighty with mighty is mighty. Don't ever dear me, ain't me dear me, Mole rap, the ink, the big bakery, spell on the street, from my no man, this bakery, come a young general, what's up a federal, all of my yatin body can see you to the federal. Oh, yeah, now, see the boys going.